Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video here at Mix Notes. This is our final video in our three-part series on reverbs. We're going to go over plates and chambers, and I've got 4 plugins here on some drums that were played by a real person in a real room with real microphones. I've got 2 plates and 2 chambers, from stock plugins in Pro Tools to more, boutique-y third-party plugins. All right, let's get into it. Here's what our drum tracks sound like. And there are some room mics and some, roomy sounds on it already. So kind of like a rock drum sound. As far as the tracks that are being sent to this effects send over here with the reverbs on it, the snare, this main snare track, our overheads have a little bit, about -10 or so, and our room mics are going over there as well. So just one more time, here's what the drums sound like dry. Okay, so what is a plate and what is a chamber? When I think of plates and chambers, plates specifically, I think of the distance from the back wall to your sound source. So it's going to give you depth, essentially. Chambers, to my ears, give you that same back wall relationship as well as a little bit of height. To me, that's kind of how I think about them. So it's better for me to just show you this stuff than talk your head off about it. So this first plugin here is Reverbs, just a regular stock Pro Tools plugin, and it's on their plate dark preset here. So let's play the dry drums, and then I'll unbypass this, and we'll go back and forth and try to vision that back wall and that distance changing. You'll definitely feel it with these. They're pretty obvious. So here we go. There you go, Reverb. Don't underestimate these stock plugins. They sound great. I love Reverb. It's easy to set up. Sounds good. You don't have to mess with a whole lot. Just put it on and go. So that's our stock Pro Tools plugin. Now let's go over to RVerb, which we've seen in the other videos. And this is a chamber. You're going to hear a lot of top indie stuff ringing around in the cymbals. Specifically, probably the hi-hat, I'm thinking. So here we go, let's listen to it. Let's bypass and we'll turn it on and off. A little taller, a little wider, a little farther back. You can kind of hear the difference. So let's go. Here's our RVerb plate, and then I'll kick on, or here's our Reverb plate, and then I'll kick on the chamber, and you can kind of feel the difference spatially. Here we go. Get a little more height. Again, plates and chambers is kind of a personal preference thing. I'm more of a plate guy. I don't know. I just never really used chambers. Chambers seem a little exaggerated to me, but that's just my opinion. Here is our Lexicon plate. And this is our vintage plate PCM plugin in the PCM bundle you can get, and it's on a big drums preset. So turn this off and do the normal routine here. really wide, really deep. This is sort of my go-to plate plugin as of lately. I always kind of go through different stuff, but this last one is a chamber from McDSP, their Revolver basic, reverb plugin, and let's check it out. Here we go. Very chambery, very exaggerated. Maybe if we pull this volume down, like 3 dB or so, it'll fit in a little better. Yeah, it feels a little better. Bypass. Here's like a chorus section. So anyways, those are plates and chambers. This is just a real quick kind of fundamental, theoretical approach to reverbs. The key is to sort of use rooms, plates, and halls to create your space, sort of a combination of all three. Rooms are they're going to create that distance from your face to the instrument with those early reflections to kind of just set things back a little bit. Plates and chambers are going to give you that distance off the back wall from the instrument, and then the halls are going to give you primarily height. The key is to use all three of those in combination to create your space. Now, would you use all three of them on one track? Probably not. You sort of pick and choose, and all of these things are like different paintbrushes. Depending on the type of music you make and what you're into, experiment with these things and figure out how you want to use them. Do you want to use EQs on them? Do you want to use, like a stereo imager and make them wide or more narrow? Or do you want to use mono reverbs or mono delays or whatever? So you can experiment and sort of find your groove with them all. There are no real set in stone rules, so just keep that in mind. But it is important to understand sort of the basic principles of these things. So anyways, I hope you learned something from all this. Go check out the website. We're doing like 30% off the premium tutorials this month, all April. So if there's something you've been wanting to get a little cheap, maybe you go find it, maybe you get it, whatever. Other than that, go like us on Facebook, do all the social networking stuff, Twitter, the links are down in the description, and we'll see you in the next video.